Hi guys, welcome back, Capricorns. So I was trying to turn off my phone and I thought I had enough time. Let me just fix my shit. I need to fix that. I keep forgetting. Guys, I am so cold. I am so cold. Oh my god. And I just barely took off. Okay, let me fix my crazy a little bit. I just barely took off my AC. I don't even have lashes on. I don't give a shit. Let me look crazy. I just took my AC down last night, and then this morning it's like a polar bear's butthole. All right, I'm gonna do my protection oil, guys. I just made a batch of my Merlin oil, which is my manifestation oil. So it's like manifestation. I actually had a lucky oil, and then I had a manifestation oil. I combined the two to make my Merlin oil. See, I still have my Felix Felicia's oil, the original. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah. But instead of making uh, two new batches, I figured, with the manifestation and lucky, instead of having 21 oils, I needed to kind of um, concentrate them down. Maybe have something like 15 oils, because yeah. Anyway, all right, Capricorns, my BFFs. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna turn my phone off. You guys might be receiving some surprise money. You guys might be getting a little surprise there. I don't know, a check, something, clients, bonus, something coming in. You guys got trust. You guys are like third time to get this. What do you need to know right now? I feel like this is having to do with money, but okay. Anyway, so yeah, I wasn't prepped. I figured I'd still have a few days or a week. New beginnings. How beautiful. I'm sorry if you can hear that. That's insane. The street's not even like right next to me. The street is literally like I have a whole field, as like I have my yard, which is big, and then I have a whole field of grass, and then the street is literally like a mile away, and you could hear that. I don't know if you could hear that, but I could hear that shit. That's crazy. And then I told him you got success. See? Yeah. The fuck? Are they actually on the field? No, it's just some asshole on the street. That's super far. The fuck? Okay, anyway. You guys could be like really getting your attention pulled away. You guys could be have a lot of disturbances. Your energy feels pretty decent. Um there is like a weight that felt just like it was lifted off of my chest. So I don't know if maybe there's some things going on with like I keep getting money. I just keep seeing money, but I'm not gonna call it out fully until I see it. Okay? Alright. Yes, right now there's a need to trust. You do have a new beginning here. Um I do feel like this new beginning has been a while in progress. But there's a need to trust that it's gonna happen. I feel like you guys feel like maybe abandoning a dream, maybe feel like giving up. And really, if you feel like giving up, I would say give up. And when I say that, I don't mean like give up on your dream. I mean like give up on trying to hold on to, because the thing is that when we feel like that feeling of waiting for it, we're putting pressure, and we're putting it's almost like slowing down, because you're in a hurry, and when you're in a hurry, it's almost like you're putting. Okay, let me explain it a very simple way, and I know you guys have heard this analogy before. It's like when you go to a restaurant when you're so fucking hungry, and you're like, oh my gosh, so you sit there and you wait for it. doesn't it seem like it takes so much longer than when you're like having a really good conversation with a friend, and you're distracted, and yes, you're hungry, but you're just, you're like, you're not thinking about it. It comes in the same exact time. It just feels way longer for one than the other, because you've distracted yourself in one, um, and in the other, you're literally watching the clock move, right? It's like when you're doing a plank. Says somebody that has never done a plank in their life. Um, but yeah, so it's time to let go. Release that. Don't release the idea. Don't release the dream. Don't release whatever it is that you're hoping for. Just release the thought of it and let it be what's going to happen. It may tell yourself, maybe it'll happen in a year. Maybe it won't happen. Maybe it will happen. And it could happen any day, right? You just need to release that so that you're not like putting so much pressure on everything, right? Oh my gosh, I'm so cold. Yeah. And our heater's not ready. We have to prep the heater. The heater, yeah, because it's not ready. My daughter's downstairs trying to figure that out because she's fucking Bob the Builder. My daughter is my angel in real life. She was born with special needs. But that girl, man, when I tell you, she could build a spaceship. That girl could build anything. My mom would come and be like, can you build my scooter for me? And she'd build it. Like, what? How? Huh? Yeah. So she's downstairs trying to get the heater thing on. Anyway. The other one is sent from somewhere else because she came here to challenge me. That girl talks back to me like louder than I scream at her, and I'm like, Lord, help me, so that I don't find my chancla. All right, yeah, with the Eight of Swords, you guys are really stuck in your head. You guys are really overthinking this. You guys are overthinking something that's actually good, something great that you want to manifest, but you're overthinking it. Excuse me, I have the hiccups for no fucking reason. You guys are overthinking yourselves into like an oblivion, into a state of panic, into a state of, it's like, I can honestly say this with pride and pride in myself, because the universe has always shown me that even when things are short and I don't have enough for the rent, or I don't have enough for, I'm not going to be able to have enough, they're going to cut off the electricity, and I would freak out, and then the universe would be like, boom, bitch. And I'd be like, oh, thank God. And then they kept doing it. Like, they were like, look, trust us, trust us. Eventually, I have come to trust. And even when things are bleak and I'm like, oh, I haven't paid this, I haven't paid that, I don't have a car, I do not freak out anymore. I'm just like, you know what? They've shown me, and now I trust that everything is meant to happen for a reason. And the more I would push in the past, like I'd be like, I need to do this, I need to do that, because I'm really good at hustling. And it used to work out in the past. It doesn't work anymore. It's almost like they're like, no, we're not going to let you do that anymore. We need you to build up trust in us, because what you're doing in the future, there needs to be a full trust. And that's in every relationship, right? That's in relationship between, God, if you believe in God, the gods, which I always usually say, your partners in romance and business, even in friendships. How the fuck am I going to be around you if I can't trust you? Like, if I'm working on something and I need your help and you're over here telling people, like, you can't be in the inner circle. You got to be out. Get the fuck out, right? And that's the truth with everything. So I feel like the universe right now is telling you, look, listen, trust us. Everything's going to be fine. You're going to have success. We need you to trust in yourself and trust us. They've proven it to you before. And I feel like that's come up because they've proven it to you before that you're going to be taken care of. The more you push, the longer your food is going to take. This is sticking out. The Hermit. Yeah, introspection. Allow yourself to just look within. Calm yourself, right? Calm down. Take a look. Oh my god, I have so many damn phones, and they're all going off. Thank goodness though, because it's my crazy meds. Just kidding. I don't take crazy meds. That's why I'm still pretty crazy. Um, there's a need to do some introspection, meditation. I'm hearing whenever you feel like your emotions are out of control, whenever you feel like that anxiety, like, oh my God, it's not going to happen. I'm going to give up. I hate this. I just can see like the whole series of emotions happening, Capricorns. There's a need to just introspect, calm yourself down, and allow yourself to feel that almost that feeling of, bitch, chill, we got it. Okay? We got it. Don't worry, we got it. And I just heard divine timing, to be honest with you guys, which honestly was like my most hated fucking phrase for the last 5 years. Divine timing. Like, listen, I'm gonna show you divine timing, okay? But no, once you start to trust and know that everything that you're doing is in the right, especially if you're on the right track, and you know you're doing what is called to you, that's when you just need to trust wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. When I tell you the last June, July, August, and even September, I was like, did I like kill several people in a past life? Yeah, you feel like you're not gonna get wish fulfillment here. The Eight of Wands, there's a message coming in. There's a message coming in, and this is going to change everything. This is going to bring in your new beginning. It's going to be success. You are the one. Authenticity, yes. Bitch, it's because you're being real, and it's because you're being yourself, and it's because you're actually doing what you're meant to be doing. You're on the right path, and it's all going to work out because you are doing the things that you're meant to do. But right now, not only are you like locked in your head mind, there's a need to go within and shut up. Shut your mind up. Like shut your mind up, okay? Your ego and fear is always going to be your biggest betrayer, okay? You need to silence your mind and trust not only in yourself that you made your right choices, because I feel like you've been guided in everything that you've been doing, and right now, it really is just time to trust. Trust that everything's happening because you are one. You are authentic. Yeah, this is beautiful. With the Five of Cups in reverse, yes. No more, you feel like maybe you made a mistake. Maybe you went down the wrong path. Maybe all those choices that you made. No, baby. No, everything that you've done and everywhere you've been led, and even the lessons that you've had to do, they happened because you asked for something specific, and for that you got to go through hell. You got to go through some shit to get some shit, right? Like, yeah, there are people that um come into let's say fame, healing, but look at the shit that they go through once they have money. Let me give you an example. What's his name? That's his name on the show, Chandler. um Oh, you guys know who I'm talking about. I read his book and it was so sad. It was so sad. But he took abandonment issues and he ran with it. And you know what made it worse? Him having money. Not only did money not help him, um, but it actually made it worse because he was able to afford to pop, 55 Percocets in a day, be able to afford all the alcohol he needed, everything that he needed. He had the money for it. And it's because he thought if I become famous, that'll solve all my problems. It didn't solve all his problems. And so when you're in spirituality, spirituality is you walk through hell to find happiness, to find heaven on earth, right? Um, Religion is, if you don't follow my beliefs or do what I say, you go to hell. There's a fear of hell put in place, but really, I honestly, sincerely, and thoughts change every day. We grow, we learn, but I think that hell is on earth right now, right? Like, look at all we're living through, the trials and tribulations, just as like being humans. This I feel like is hell. And we have to find heaven on earth, right? Yeah. Okay. What am I doing? Okay, I'm gonna go deeper. That's what he said. Oh my gosh, I'm so cold. Okay. Yeah, see, I just felt impatient. And I don't know if you guys saw how I was just handling my deck, which I don't usually handle my deck like that. I usually normally know how to handle my deck. And I was kind of like just jamming my cards in there. There's a lot of sexual innuendo in here. Are you guys like fiending or maybe handle business on your own, and while you're doing that, throw in a manifestation, throw in something that you're trying to manifest as you're about to finish. That's a huge way to manifest. Okay. Yeah, with the Five of Swords, it feels like you've had to fight tooth and nail to get here. And when I say here, I heard somebody go, where the fuck am I? I'm not. Where? Stop, stop, stop. To fight where you are here. Maybe if physically in the 3D realm you're not where you want to be, but maybe in the physical, in the spiritual, in the 5D, you're doing great. Like you've worked on so many traumas, you've healed a lot of stuff that you needed to heal. You're working on it. Yeah, with the 3 of Pentacles. There's a coming together. There's message that's going to come in, and it's going to change your life. It's going to start, I just heard it's going to start the domino effect. And I just got a really weird headache on the right side of my head. Oh, wow. What is this? The Nine of Swords, but it flipped in reverse. Did you guys see that shit? Yeah, that's coming out of like a. This is really rough, guys. Coming out of like a state of nightmares. Maybe you guys haven't been sleeping well. Maybe you guys have been having nightmares. You guys could possibly be with the Eight of Cups, wanting to walk away from everything and just giving up because it just feels like you can't get a win. But sometimes it really is about not abandoning yourself. It really sometimes is a test of the universe. I'm not seeing that here per yet, not per yet, just yet. I'm not seeing that here, but sometimes it really is about not abandoning yourself. Not giving up on yourself just because it's not coming in the way you wanted to. Because a lot of these people that get, I'm so sorry, I'm going to sneeze. Okay. A lot of these people that get, they have their flyby moment. It's fleeting. They get their 5 minutes of fame, and then they're no longer remembered. They're remembered for a meme. They're remembered for, a specific thing. What you're building here is legacy. Legacy is not a 1 minute thing. It's not a one reel that goes viral. It's not, it's something that has to be built with a foundation of like the gods, really. You need foundation because when you're building something that's going to be truly important and it's going to last um, seasons after seasons after seasons, a lineage that it's meant to go somewhere, that needs to be built with literally, I don't know, titanium, right? And for some reason, they just popped in the Waltons into my head. Like, okay, so like it's Walton status. Like what? Um, but I mean, look how long they lasted, and look how big they are. And the crazy thing is that I live on the west side, on the west coast. West side. I live on the west coast. Oh my god. Uh, I'm annoyed. There's a spider on my ceiling. Do you guys maybe have ADHD or something? Because this is different for me. Anyway, and the Walmart didn't get famous, or it was famous like I think it was the 1990s. And I didn't know what a Walmart was until I saw it on that show with Paris Hilton, whatever that show is called. And I know this is gonna sound fucked up because I'm actually pretty educated and well read, and I'm knowledgeable, right? And then when I saw, and I didn't really see that show very much. I could tell you, I saw maybe like 2 episodes of that show, maybe because there was nothing else on. But I remember seeing that episode, and she was like, "What's Walmart? Do they sell walls?" When I tell you, I was like, "Oh, maybe they do sell walls." I didn't know what the fuck a Walmart was. First of all, they didn't have them on the West Coast yet. One, and two, I'm half Mexican, half Salvadorian, but I really was mainly brought up Mexican. I spent my first 12 years half in LA, half in Mexico. My Salvadorian heritage I didn't get to learn until I reached almost 16, and even then there wasn't a lot of attention placed into that. Anyway, but it reached its peak in like 90s, and then I remember like the first Walmart I went to, I was literally like in my 20s. I was probably in like my early 20s, like maybe 1920, maybe like 18, 18. And then when you grow up being Mexican, you don't shop at like stores like that. You shop at like Mexican stores. Like I shopped at La Diana, and especially when we moved to where I live, there wasn't a lot of they didn't even sell tortillas at Smith's and shit. So it was a different time. But it's like that. Like it started off with one small idea, and then they took it from him, right? They took his store from him, and then he made his own store where he called it, Walmart. Um, and that just his perseverance, that idea, that everything, like he knew he had to take losses up front to build this big old dream. And they're like, what, one of the richest people? Well, not anymore because when the main guy died, they split the inheritance. So now like there's several of them on the like richest toppest, the richest top four, what the fuck ever. But at the time, if they put everything together, they were like the richest family in the United States. But it took, a long time. It took, taking hits. It took ideas that were out of the norm, not just giving up on your idea. And like I said, you're building a legacy here. You're building an empire. You're not. And if whatever it is that you're doing, it's leading you to building an empire, but the foundation has to be solid, right? One more on new beginnings. Oh shit. It gave me 3 more with the 4 of Swords. Yeah. You're still healing certain idealisms, the way that you feel like money has to be made. You're still healing your self worth. With the 2 of Wands, yeah, there's a choice that needed to be made here. With the 6 of Cups, you're still clearing out people and places and things that are not supposed to be. You're doing it. You're doing it. You're already doing it. But there still needs to be some energy cleansed out. But this, I feel, is like the last boom. Almost like it's like I'm just seeing like a pitch of air hit you and it dusts you off. And then you're like, okay, I'm good now. Like that shit is cleansed off, right? I'm almost getting there might be some people from the past coming in to test your gangsta. Don't, you already know. 7 of Wands. Keep your boundaries up. Ignore if you can. If you can't, deuces, stay out my face. Do not react. Don't show emotion. They love that shit. It's a drug for them. Okay? I feel like you have like people just coming in at the coattail end of this story to be like, hey, can I pull you back into this nightmare? Absolutely not, sir. Get out my face. Get out my face. Alright? That's usually what happens. So just be wary of that. You have a choice with the 2 of Wands here. Do you want to go back into the nightmare? Or do you want to move forward? Ouch. Alright, I'm going to get you guys a postcard from Spirit. I'm so cold. Let's read the bottom one of this. Dearest you, we are gathering our magic together to help you celebrate your new beginning. Shut up! You're stepping into a new version of your life, getting to tell a new story as you create it. Doesn't it feel like spring when the urge to expand wells up in your inside you from a primal place? The form of what you are growing has yet to take shape, and it is exciting to experience this new and fresh beginning. It's normal to feel both push and pushback when entering any kind of new relationship. It's okay to admit that you don't really know what to expect. What you can know it's time to dive in and allow that any new version of life to take shape through you on behalf of your partner in life spirit. You have made it to a new level of awakening and contributing to a new level of awakening and contributing. We're so excited to see where this will take you next. We're so proud of you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys can see that. If you guys want to screenshot that. But that was amazing. Amazing. All right, Cappies, my BFFs. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys soon.